My name is Emanuela Jean Jack. I'm the mother of DeAndre Carter. On August on August 21st, 2023 was the worst day of my life. I talked to my son that day. We hugged. We talked. I ordered him some food. He said, Mom, I'm going out to enjoy myself. But when I come back, we can share the fish meal that you're going to prepare for me. I said, okay, baby. He talked to me on his whole way there. As I sat down, 6:30, starting to prepare the meal because I know he would be home soon. And I got the worst call ever in my life. My sister called me. The first time she called me, I said she always want to talk. So I'm not with it. I'm trying to prepare this meal for my son. The next time she called me right away after, I said something is wrong. So I answered the phone. She said, Didi. That's what they call me, my family. Something happened to the party that DeAndre Carter was in. I said to her, what happened? She was like, I called his phone after I heard something had happened, took place at the party, to see if he's okay. The cops picked up the phone and told her, for her and the family not to show up. Then my sister said, forget this, we're going. I got to the hospital. I heard what happened. On my way to the hospital, I'm thinking, please God, don't let nothing happen to my beautiful boy. He was only 20 years old, and he had more life to live. He was a sheltered kid. He always was in the house, always playing his video games. Everybody would come to my house, my friends. They would say, Didi, your son's good. Why he never go out? And I said, I like it like that. But they would always make fun of me. Like, your son is so good. He don't ever go out. But he told me, Mom, you shelter me so much. I know you love me, but I have to live my life. I'm 20 now, and I have to go out. I have to have fun. So we cried. And I said, DeAndre, I'm going to let up on you. I'll let you go hang out. And that day was the worst day of my life. When I got to the hospital, after praying and praying that nothing would happen to my boy, I got to the hospital. And sad to say, when I got to the hospital, I'm thinking I'm going to see my son. I'm going inside to see my son. But sadly mistaken, they wouldn't let me see my son. We had kids out there that needed to use the bathroom. I was on my knees screaming, and they was laughing about what they're going to do this weekend, or what they're going to do after work when they had my 20-year-old baby in the hospital, helpless. Didn't even get to see me. I didn't even get to touch my kid to tell him how much I love him, to keep fighting. They took that away from me. And I just don't understand. This life is so cold. Our children can't live to see adulthood. And my son, he was a good son. He helped me out with everything. And then him I could depend on. He took care of his brothers like he was a father figure to my babies. It was just me and him in this world. And this cold world took my son. And this monster that they let out of jail repeatedly, gun violence, all kind of violence, shooting up stuff, was not supposed to even be out. If he was not out, my son would be here. My life is all messed up. I can't go to work. I can't go shopping. I can't go to the supermarket. My son was my everything. He took me everywhere. And now I have no one. And my kids, they cry every night. They scream. They have nightmares. I can't sleep. And this is not right. No. The first time I got to see my son, well, before I got to see my son, 3 days later, I get home. The organ donation people called me. But how they get my information? Didn't let me see my boy. I didn't sign no papers. I didn't even go to I couldn't even go in the hospital to use the restroom. Our families had to go duck behind cars and pee. This is inhumane for any kind of mother. Then 3 days after that, they call me and tells me organ donation. But how did they get my information? They wouldn't let me in the hospital. I didn't sign no papers. And now this is something, they took the most precious thing from me. And then, to make it bad, there's somebody still running out there. And he haven't been caught yet. So I'm walking these streets blind. It's like they're protecting the murderers instead of the innocent. Instead of my DeAndre, it's like they're killing my DeAndre over and over and over. It's just, then we go to the courthouse. The family want to fight us. It just don't make no sense. I don't know what to do. I need help. I need answers. I need to find out, because my son was no street person. He just began to live his life, and it was cut short. And now when I go see my son, I have to talk to dirt, talk to pictures. Tell me where's the justice? Because this don't feel like justice.
I miss DeAndre a lot because now whenever I do things that remind me of him, it makes me sad because I play junior varsity basketball, and it reminds me of him a lot because he always wanted me to play basketball, and he played for the same team that I play for. And I'm just hurting a lot because I don't like to see my mom or my little brothers cry, and whenever I see them cry, it just makes me sad and makes me remember DeAndre, and I really want him back, but I can never have him back. Sometimes when I'm trying to go to sleep at night, I can't really sleep, and it makes me tired a lot. And sometimes I have random outbursts on people, but they didn't do anything to me.
I wake up in the middle of the night crying a lot. I can't sleep with him because he's not here anymore.
I miss DeAndre because he used to take us to school. He used to take us everywhere. He used to get us everything that we want, hang out with us. He's not here to like make us sandwiches and stuff. He's not here to feed us. But if he was here, it would have been a whole different story. He would have made us anything. He would have got us anything that we wanted. And now he's not here. Now he can't do anything for us. But in his heart, he still loves us. He still wish he could take care of us if he was here. And he just want all my other brothers to be okay.
I love you, DeAndre, and I wish you was here.
DeAndreCarter was a beautiful child. I knew it from the minute I had him, that he was going to be something special. And he sure was. He showed the world what a mighty little punch he was. Well, he was also sweet, and he also cared about me. He made sure I was safe from the age of 1 to the age of 20 when his life got cut short. DeAndre was a beautiful soul, just like me. He loved giving. He loved caring for people. He fed the homeless. He also had a passion for playing basketball. And he had a passion for music.
20-year-old DeAndre Carter of Brooklyn dead and 3 others injured, including a 12-year-old boy.
Because this bad guy was still on the streets. That's what we got to stop.
Matthews now being held on murder and weapons possession and due back in court, running for their lives. But Matthews with only choice words to say about that.
Did you do it? Why'd you fire all those shots?
Police say he has addresses in both Uniondale and Far Rockaway, and that Matthews is a member of the Bloods, that organizers of this illegal party were members of the rival Crips. Matthews and at least one accomplice allegedly firing at least 8 times here, like it was nothing.
Walked up upon 5 individuals standing in front of the party and opened fire with 2 handguns.
And police say they have plenty of surveillance footage, so they knew who they were looking for. But they're still looking for at least one other shooter. What's frustrating, they say Matthews has a troubling arrest history, 2 other illegal guns already confiscated after 4 other arrests for crimes like weapons possession and fleeing police.
Because this bad guy was still on the streets. That's what we got to stop.
Matthews now being held on murder and weapons possession and due back in court next week.
This individual should have been in jail. This senseless murder would not have happened. And the other 3 victims that were shot and wounded, a 12-year-old kid shot and wounded, because this bad guy was still on the streets. That's what we got to stop.
Avenue in Valley Stream, Long Island. Evidence stickers on the plate glass window marking just a few of the many gunshots fired Monday night at around 8:30.
8:30, a male assailant came up from the westbound 131st Avenue in Queens, which is right on the border. He fired 8 times, striking multiple people. One of those victims is a 20-year-old male from Brooklyn. He got hit in the chest. He was taken to a local area hospital where he was pronounced.